Okay, it was a really good win. First of all, congratulate Ball State. You know, I think that they've got a team that's going to challenge a lot of people, especially with their offense. And, you know, they certainly challenged us, especially down the stretch in the second half. You know, hopefully everybody came out of it healthy on both sides. For us, I think that we David Beasley looks like he's going to be okay. Took him out when the X-ray and checked his knee. He looked like he's okay. Tony Stewart pulled his hamstring. I don't know how bad it is, but he couldn't go. Disappointed. Really look forward to seeing him play. And then DJ Howard, I think, had a little bruise on his shoulder. I think he should be okay as well. Other than that, I think that was about it. But bottom line in this game was to try to improve as a team. I thought we did that. I think we'll continue to prepare and play to the standard that we've all agreed upon as a team, and we'll have a chance to win a lot of games. So I thought that was the best part of the game. You know, you're coming off an emotional win, and a lot of people talking about, you know, they're going to have a letdown and this and that, and you're playing a team that's obviously excited to come here and play, coming off of a big performance that they had. And our guys came to play. Talked about setting the tone early, and they did that. They set the tone early. Opening two drives were just outstanding in every regard. And then defensively, we got a couple of big turnovers, and those turnovers led to 14 points. So, you know, that's the way it ought to be. And at halftime, obviously, we were well in control of the football game. And I think it's the most points in a half here since 1981. So that's setting the tone. That's playing to a standard, you know, not anything else. So I was proud of our guys in that regard. A lot of really big-time individual performances. You know, Taj and Nuke, another great day. Really a great half for those guys. And I was very pleased with the production of our receivers and tight ends. It's good to see our backs all have a lot of production. Really like what I'm seeing out of Ellington and DJ and Hot Rod. I think those three guys that are really, you know, got a good chemistry between them. I think all of them bring something to the table, and they're going to help us. It's good to get those guys some good experience. Good to get Zach Brooks in there. And defensively, really the turnovers. That was a big part of it for me. If we can continue to get some 3 and outs and create turnovers, we got a chance to score. Held that team to 122 yards passing, and this is a team that's going to probably pass for 250 a game or so. So I thought that was a big accomplishment. You know, it's sometimes these games they get a little frustrating as a coach. The clock just won't run quite fast enough, and you know you're trying to get your starters out, but yet you don't want them to score. And you know you got to remember they got their good guys in there. And you're trying to get as many guys in the game as you can, and so it gets a little sloppy down the stretch. But I thought the guys that win continued to play hard, and overall just a really good performance. And you know, hopefully these guys will continue to prepare weekly like we have, and move on to the next one. One thing I want to mention, I mentioned to the team yesterday, and that is there was a football player at BHP that passed away a couple of days ago, Ben Jordan, and just want to offer my thoughts and prayers with his family and his coaches and his football team. Just a really tragic. He was a right tackle for those guys. He was a big Clemson fan. And young man that's been in our camp the last couple of years. So just asking everybody to remember Ben Jordan and his family in this really difficult time that they have. Good football game, good win. From here.
Dabo, it's quite a connection that Taj and Nuke have going on right now. What are those guys doing to click the way they are?
It's veterans. You know, there's veterans. They spend all the time together. You know, Nuke's a junior. Taj is a 4th-year junior. He played a lot of football. You know, we all remember Nuke as a freshman, and he did a lot of good things. But you know, freshmen are freshmen. Juniors are a beautiful thing to see. It just is. And it's good to see, you know, it's like last year, Taj did a lot of good things. Even with the run that we had, you know, to 8-0 last year, you know, Taj did a lot of good things, but he made a lot of mistakes too, you know, like young players have some things that, you know, just decision making. and he's really making great decisions right now. I mean, he's making great decisions in our run game with our checks, and our reads. He's making really good decisions on where to go with the football based on what he sees in the secondary. He's dialed in on his keys, and if he'll continue to do that, and you got to give credit to the offensive line. You know, they're protecting well. I mean, our offensive line, I thought, stepped up, and I'm anxious to see the film. We're going to get Gift back, and so, you know, we talk about a blessing in disguise to be able to run Shaq Anthony out there and have him play a whole football game, and we got Joe Gore a lot of time. We got Battle a good bit of time today, and Spencer Regan, and Ryan Norton. To get those guys that amount, Kalen, to get them, you know, when Beasley went out, that is just, I can't tell you how big that is for the growth and development of our football team. At some point, you know, you've got to play. And so to have that opportunity to get those guys in the game, that makes practice better, it makes your meetings better, and hopefully, you know, again, they'll be able to grow from the experience.
In that respect, Coach, did you get what you wanted out of this game? Could you have scripted it any better for in the broad scheme?
Yeah, well, I think we improved. You know, we cut down on the pre-snap penalties, although we had one with Sharon out there. But I thought we definitely improved. We took care of the football, and you know, we took care of business. It's just that simple. I mean, we came out, we played our game. You know, there was no letdown. Like I said, at the half, the game was, you know, in control. We went with all of our backups the whole second half, offensively in particular. They held the road, did a good job, and that's just going to help us. So.
As good as it was offensively, what do you take away from it defensively, especially with the amount of rushing yards they had?
Well, the big thing for me was I really wanted to see our secondary improve this week, and I thought we did. I thought they competed. We had some nice tackles in the secondary. We obviously had two picks. Should have had another pick, but Darius had one, Stephon had the other. But I thought Darius played much better. Really had a solid game, and I thought we got better. You know, we're still, again, learning some stuff. You know, we got a lot of young guys in there playing significant snaps for the first time, and sometimes we don't fit things exactly right. You know, we're not quite where we need to be from a gap standpoint, and you know, they just started running the ball toward the end. They busted on us, busted a couple runs where we just didn't fit it up right, and that's something we'll grow from. We'll continue to get better. But again, you know, we gave up 10 points in the first half. You know, the big play touchdown was we're spit through, and you know, we didn't fit it. I wish we'd have made the play there in the open field, but we didn't. But listen, I said coming into this thing, 32 and 4 are really good players. I mean, those guys can play. They are really good football players, and you know, I knew that they would challenge us, and they got a lot of pride. And that offensive line is I think one of the most experienced lines in the country. Those guys have played a lot of ball, and they never quit. They kept grinding and battling, and you know. But we've got to just continue to get better. Study the film. We got another tape now. We can go in and grade and challenge these guys, and I don't have any doubts at all that we're going to continue to improve. And then down the stretch there, again, you get in that situation where, okay, do we try to start playing some other guys and all that kind of stuff, and you know, the last thing you want to do is get somebody hurt when you got 52 points on the board. So, but yeah, you don't want them to score, but you know, I'd rather them score and us win the game and nobody can us get out of there healthy.
You had two new guys on the line this week and give up those sacks. How do you feel about the offensive lines this week?
Well, we're 2-0, and they're a big reason for it. I mean, you know, we're running the football with power. We're running the football with confidence. I mean, you know, where we were struggling last year, short yardage, goal line, all that. I mean, we've been very, very good, and that's been a real point of emphasis for us in the offseason. That's just you know, on the 2-point conversion. You know, I'm like, shoot, heck, I don't need it on the kickoff. Let's go get the 2 right now. Put it on the 1.5, spot the ball. Let's go get it. And our guys responded, and you know, so I'm really pleased with our offensive line right now. We're not a great unit yet. They're not going to be writing, you know, Sports Illustrated articles on them or anything, but we're on the right track, and we got one senior in that group, so those guys are just going to get better. And the experience they got today, all those young guys, you know, it's fun to see them play.
Can you talk about the young running backs a little bit? DJ Howard and,
Yeah.
and McDowell both had big days for you.
Yeah, Rod has been a guy that's just a great example to a lot of people, you know, of patience and you know, continuing to believe in yourself, you know, hanging in there. You know, he came here, there's been a lot of great players here. He's had to just work and get in the weight room, and he's had to do everything he can to give himself a chance to be a great player. It's so good to see him performing like he's performing right now. He's playing with a lot of confidence. He looks like the guy we recruited out of Sumter High School. And it's really good to see that. I think he's going to go on and have an excellent year. And then DJ, you know, DJ is a really good football player. Doesn't get a lot of credit. He's just kind of a guy that's been in that backup role for us and has had some big moments. Just a sophomore. But he's a very talented back. And the three of those guys together, again, as I said, they got a real nice chemistry. They really love each other, pull for each other, push each other, and I think that's a good situation. And then obviously Andre Ellington is kind of a leader of the bunch. But, and I think Zach Brooks is going to be a good player. You know, it was fun to see him out there today getting his first touches.
What was your thought process in the first half with Spencer Benton and bringing that field goal out there, and then your reaction when you saw that thing cross the crossbar?
Well, we practice that all the time. He's hit one from like 65 or 66 in practice. And we practice long field goal every week. And in fact, last week, Pinion was the one who hit it. Spencer missed it on Wednesday. I think it was Tuesday or Wednesday. And but Pinion hit the upright and rolled in for good for a field goal, and it was 60 yards. But you know, Spencer, you're not going to find many guys with a stronger leg than him. Now he's not always accurate, but you ain't ever got to worry about him getting it there. And so he's kind of taking that role of, all right, hey, he's the starting putter. I'm going to be kind of the long-range bomber, and you got a chance. You know, Catanzaro kind of knows his range. He's probably more in that 54 and under range, and he's obviously incredibly accurate. That's why he's won the job. But you know, it was something I told Spencer. Listen, if we ever get the opportunity, we're going to do it. There was 8 seconds. You know, I didn't think they would get another play. That's a long time for that ball to be in there. That's a long way to go. And but he nailed it. He absolutely nailed it. I don't know how far it cleared it, but it looked like it had a little bit more room to go. I think that's the all-time ACC record. So it's very well deserved, and I'm really proud for Spencer. His teammates were really happy for him. That was a great little boost of momentum going into the half.
You spoke about some of the frustrations of coaching in a game like this. How about some of the additional joy of being able to play guys? You play guys today, this might be their only action of the entire season.
Yeah, absolutely. You got guys that are just scout team guys, and they prepare your team every week. And, you know, there's nothing better than being able to get those guys in a game, you know, and for them to be able to be a part of it, and for those starters to be able to pull for them. And that's always a lot of fun. And we had some guys step up. You know, listen, old Julian Patton gets in there today, has a nice catch. You know, Matt Porter's a guy that we're really excited about, and he's a good addition to our team. You know, he's out there making plays. You know, Forbush got in there. I saw some of those DNs. I saw Malden in there, and Zach Fulmer in there. You know, we tried to get just about everybody that you could get in there. I think Corbin got in there and held one time, and Ammon, it was good to see Ammon go in there and get his first action. It was good to see Pena get his first action, did a little kicking off. We got some Sam Van Giesen. Sam Van Giesen has been here for 4 years. He's never played in a game. And we don't have a more committed football player than Sam Van Giesen. I don't even know if y'all know who he is, but he's a long snapper. And the guy has worked his tail off. He's here every summer. He stays all summer. And he never makes the 105, but he comes right back out anyway. And he's one of our senior guys. The guys respect him, and to see him be able to run out there and get his opportunities today to go snap with the Clemson Tigers, that makes it all worthwhile for a guy like Sam. So it's great, you know, to see those guys get a chance. I'm proud of our backup quarterbacks. It's good to see Cole go out there and really make some plays, and see Morgan and see Donnie get in there. So. Again, anytime you have an opportunity, it really, really creates good morale with your team. You can get guys a chance to play. Okay, thank you all.